When you hear the title Enterprise Architect, it is easy to picture someone who lives entirely in the realm of theory. You might imagine a master designer drafting technology roadmaps, defining target state architectures, and drawing blueprints for the future. It sets up a common misconception, the idea that success is guaranteed by mastering the code, the logic, and the systems alone. But enterprise systems exist inside massive human organizations filled with stakeholders holding competing interests. Technical knowledge is just a baseline. The real work requires the soft skill of strategic negotiation. Architecture is a continuous trade-off between limited resources and strategic ambitions. Negotiation determines whether a design is actually implemented or remains a theoretical document. In every major technology decision, the architect sits at the center, pulled by departments with entirely different goals. Technology teams want flexibility. Business leaders push for speed. Risk and compliance teams require control, and finance focuses on lowering costs. Managing this tension is nothing like the stereotypical image of an aggressive dealmaker demanding total victory. Architects rarely possess direct authority over the people they influence. In this environment, aggressive tactics risk alienating the stakeholders who control the budgets and risk profiles needed for project approval. This chart demonstrates distributive bargaining, treating negotiation like a fixed pie, where one side's gain is another's loss. Focusing on price locks participants into a zero-sum tug-of-war, dividing existing value. Integrative bargaining instead expands the total value before dividing it. This is achieved by separating a party's position, what they are asking for, from their interest, the underlying reason why they are asking for it. Once those motivations are clear, the architect can trade non-price variables like contract duration, support models, or implementation sequencing. Identifying these differing priorities is the mechanism for creating new value to trade, rather than fighting over a fixed amount. Leverage at the table is determined by one's BATNA, or the best alternative to a negotiated agreement. Having multiple viable alternatives creates freedom, while having only one path forward creates vulnerability. This principle shaped the development of Hong Kong Disneyland. Both sides arrived at the table with very different strategic options. Disney sought Asian expansion, with other cities to choose from. Hong Kong sought economic growth and alternative tourism boosts. These alternatives shaped the final terms. Apple faced a similar dynamic entering the Chinese market. Despite global brand recognition, market access required collaboration with local stakeholders holding significant leverage. In high-stakes alignment, the party with the stronger outside alternatives dictates the flexibility of the deal. Leverage is built during the months of quiet analysis preceding a formal procurement discussion. During this phase, an architect actively strengthens their BATNA by generating competitive alternatives, evaluating secondary vendors, or exploring internal builds. Creating these options allows an architect to negotiate with the confidence that a failed deal isn't a dead end. This involves mapping one's own core objectives against the constraints and motivations weighing on the other side. Bargaining power is generated through this rigorous behind-the-scenes preparation. A negotiation that secures a cheap contract by damaging a relationship creates long-term costs that exceed the immediate benefit. For an enterprise architect, success is measured over years. Trust, reputation, and strategic alliances compound with each decision. A successful deal creates the perception that everyone achieved something worthwhile, an outcome that begins with thorough preparation.